Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the shed. I am Lonnie.
Hey, I'm Candace. Welcome back. All right, we have our stuff on the bench from when we pulled yesterday, Sunday, and we're gonna go ahead and pull what came in overnight, and then Lonnie's gonna pack everything.
Yeah, we're gonna pack everything. I think it's gonna end up being like 34 orders. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull this other stuff. And this is a packing video, pretty much 100%.
It's the mother of all packing videos.
Yeah, maybe. It might be.
All right, first item is on 10 Delta. It's Captain America in a blister pack.
10 Delta. Yep, we're gonna pull. Oh, I think I see them back here.
Yeah, there's two of them stacked.
I see that.
I think it's the one on top.
No, that's Bullseye.
Okay.
And then under that, yeah, you gotta utilize every bit of space.
Well, I wanted to lay these flat because, well, that one because it's in good shape, and then this one because it's already got like some damage going here, and I didn't want to stand it up somewhere and make it worse.
Okay.
So I wanted it laying flat. So I don't know where you want to put it. Let's see if we can squeeze this stuff in.
I'll figure it out. Here, I'll put it right here. That's good.
Make some room. All right, the next item is a reel on 10 Alpha, Melissa Manchester.
Okay, 10 Alpha. That is going to be in here. And I am out of room on the bench.
There you go.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to steal a little piece of Candace's bench. Melissa Manchester.
Yep, that's it. That sold for $30. Oh, Captain America also sold for $30. This next item gave Lonnie a little scare last night. It's in a tiger drawer. It's loose Ant-Man.
Yeah. I thought I thought this little guy at first was the big Build-A-Figure.
The Build-A-Figure Giant Man, because it came through and he saw a red loose figure, and then the price on that is $19.99, and his eyes played tricks on him, and he thought it was $199.99. He's like, "What did she do?" He thought I had like.
I thought you had done quantity 2 on the big fig.
All right, we have some spark plugs going out. CC11.
Okay. CC11. Oh. Here we go. My first day in the shed. CC11. Not yet. I've only had a few sips of coffee.
These are 2 Champion spark plugs. They're the beige packaging. I thought you didn't like. No.
No. This. How many is it?
2.
Just 2. What's the number?
RJ19LM.
Okay, got them. Right here.
Those sold for $7. In the smallest drawer, we sold a pack of sealed SO playing cards for $25. They're in a plastic case. Right there.
Yeah, these are really cool.
Yeah. We had them listed for 30 and someone sent us an offer for 25.
Yep.
8 Alpha, Canon Rebel camera in the camera bag.
It's just a bag.
Oh, okay.
8 Alpha. Oh, it got moved. Get up here and stretch. Here we go. All right. This bag right here, it's actually a very cool bag. I don't know why it took so long to sell.
It's nice. It's a good size.
Yeah, it is.
$21 for that.
Okay.
Pocket 47. We have a Transformers gun part only.
47?
Yep.
That is not it. There we go again.
Well, it's going to be back here.
We're never going to do any. Here it is. Yeah. We're never going to do anything with those cups.
Probably not. That's the original G1 part. Transformers. That sold for $8.
Okay.
And then last thing is on 6 Charlie, lot of 10 Horatio Hornblower books.
6 Charlie?
6 Charlie.
gonna be right shy. And it's these guys right here. Picked these up super cheap at a garage sale. I forget how much we paid,
I think like $5 for a big old stack.
Yeah, but there were more than that.
Right.
There was like another series besides this that came
Yeah.
with it for $5.
We sold them for $36. And funny thing about that garage sale, probably about 4 or 5 months ago, Lonnie, we went there, and the same series of books Lonnie picked up.
Not these though; it's the other ones.
The other series.
Yeah.
The not little boy, I think he's a teenager that lives there, loves that historical Navy fiction.
Nautical stuff.
Yeah, so that's a good little source for us to pick those books up.
Yeah. All right, so that's everything.
That's everything.
Okay, so now you see this bench. We got a couple of shelves full of stuff here.
Yeah.
And now we are going to pack it all. And away we go, y'all. So we're gonna do, this is like a little starter warm-up package first. That metal, and I am gonna just wrap it in a little bit of bubble wrap here. And it's just gonna go in a bubble mailer. This is how I ship like pens and things like that too, single pens. And package 1 is done. Okay, next up we have this Japanese wrestling figure. Use a 1210 4 box for that. The simple one, I think it's going to be a little bit of bubble, and a little bit of paper. Just need that little bit of paper to fill that void. Especially just on those edges there. And package 2 is done. Okay, next up is this huge giant man fig. And yeah, needed a little bit of I wanted a sturdy box. And we have some of these. These are like super sturdy. These are double wall. This guy sold for $200, so I don't want to take any chances. And this is a perfect size to ship him in. Very good size. So basically, he's already bubble wrapped. And basically, I'm just going to make a bed of paper here. For him to sit on. And that's good. Then we'll just lay him in here. And then more paper. All along the sides of him. And then on top. And typically I will use new boxes. But I have no aversion to got to get this paper reel. We need to get this thing mounted somewhere. It's taking up a pretty good bit of real estate on the bench. All right, let's Give it a little shake. It feels good. This guy is pretty dense, so usually when I have something like that in a box, I like to give it a shake before I get everything taped up. Because with paper, if it's moving at all, right now, paper settles to some extent. That movement will only get worse as it travels. Okay, that's done. All right, going to pack this guy up now, this chest piece. And I'm going to use an 864 box. The 644 box could have done it. It would have been just a little bit tight. Okay. Go ahead and lay a piece of paper in there. Grab 2 pieces of bubble wrap. And I forgot my thank you card. We'll write that up real quick. All right. I feel like we have a pretty nice mix of packs today, different kinds of packs. All right, that guy's done. And 4 more of those chest pieces going out here. Going with a 12-10-4 box. And it's just like most packages we're doing today. It's box paper bubble wrap. And first we'll of course lay down a little bed of paper. Yeah, I need to go ahead and get this paper situation sorted out. That's getting old fast. All right, I'm just gonna get like that much bubble wrap down like that. I mean, these obviously you want to pack them well, just like anything, but those boxes they're in are pretty good too. Those boxes give them a lot of protection, so they're not extremely fragile. Yeah, that is good. Alright, that one's done. And next up is this little collar, little Chewbacca collar. And I think even for those of you that maybe are not sellers and just enjoy watching the channel just because you enjoy watching, I think even y'all can see this is the beauty of items like this. You can see the juxtaposition of packing something like this versus packing some of this other stuff we'll see. I mean, we didn't make a ton of money on this, but we did make, I don't know, we probably netted $6 and something cents on this because we sold it for 10, bought it for $1. But man, the packing, easy. Okay, next up is this guy, and it's going to Texas. So this is one of those cases where it's over £1. It's going to a nearby zone, And actually priority is about $1 or maybe a little over $1 cheaper than Ground Advantage, which is cool because that means I get to use one of their boxes, so I save a little bit of money. So this is like 12.5 inches long, so I am going to have to resize. So basically this is one of those that I'm just going to do the width of the ruler. Draw my line, and this is an outside resize. The outside, actually, I think we're gonna, yeah, we're definitely gonna do outside and inside technique on this. Go. Because I need to make the box longer, and I'm going to make it shorter. Break it. Yeah, I need to break on my breaking on the score. Sometimes kind of a pain. Probably could have cut first. I need to go load up some more razor blades. All these blades are like really dull. Matter of fact, after I finish this box, I will do just that. Because this is just not sharp enough. There we go. And I think we're probably going to end up using both resizer tools on this too. Whenever I do like box resizes or reshapes like this, I do end up, I already use a lot of tape, but I end up using even more tape then, because areas like this I like to tape up, and then I'll even come back a lot of times and tape up like these seams where I scored, because they are a little bit weak. All right, so now we have our length taken care of. Now we want to take care of height. So I'm going to grab this other one, because this kind of score is, it's not super easy to freehand. I'll just get my height locked in right there. And then we'll score it. Yeah, oh my gosh, I need a new blade for sure. Bludgeoning this cardboard out of the way. All right, we'll get a couple of pieces of bubble. I need to get some of this stuff off of the bench. I need a ton of room when I'm packing. I don't like having a bunch of extra stuff on here. And then drop some paper in there. Oh, need a thank you card. All right. Let's see, that is a little much there. Candace just stopped by and gave me a fresh blade. So I'm going to cut these flaps like this, and then they're probably just a little short to reach each other. See, like that, that'd be kind of ugly. So it's going to be one of those ones that I actually do like this. See, that's a prettier thing there, I guess. Yeah. There we go. And resizing boxes it takes a minute longer, but it's not too bad. Okay, and yeah, I don't have to. That's it. We're done with that. Okay, next up is another Marvel Legends, another 12.5-inch long box. War Machine. This is a $50 sale, and it's different from the last one because this is going to New Hampshire, and Ground Advantage is cheapest. It's cheaper, and that's how we're shipping it. This is another one of those diamond boxes. These things are so sturdy, so it's a good fit for a $50 big carded figure like this. I mean, these boxes, this diamond boxes are nothing's indestructible, but those things are pretty close. Same thing. Now this one, the box is a little bit deeper than it needs to be, so I just need to fill in with a little bit of void. And here's the one thing with it's called a double wall box. When you see, well, you see there's two separate distinct walls. Double wall boxes, you can resize them, but it's not great. Like when you resize a double wall box, wherever that score is, and then you bend on that score, it doesn't just like bend, it snaps like a piece of wood or something. So if you do resize a double wall box, you must reinforce that seam with tape. And really, if you can avoid resizing a double wall, I would just do that instead. But every now and then you have to. Okay, this was super easy. I wish we had a ton of these. These boxes cannot be cheap, but they are nice. Our carrier is going to have a pretty healthy stack of packages today, because the items that we're packing in this video, they already filled up the bench even before they were packed. So now that they're packed, it's going to be a big mound. Okay, next up is a dog harness, and I do want to pack this in a poly bag. We do have some buckles and stuff here. They're very durable, but we are going to put a little bubble on this thing to give it a little bit of extra. It's not, I mean, that doesn't even provide that much. And what I'm doing, I have like 3 sheets here, and there's a double up. I'm going to put the double up, position it over the buckles. And yeah, not much else to say about this one. In there, thank you cards, and I always do that. Do y'all do that on your poly bags and bubble mailers? Tape it to itself. Okay, that's done. And if y'all like that last pack, then there's a pretty good chance you'll like this one too, because this is I think it's the same size and everything. We're doing the same, pretty much the same exact thing all over again here. But don't worry, we have some more complex packs ahead. So when you get these, you kind of appreciate the break. At least I do. Stuck again, every time. That one's done. Okay, next up we're packing a camcorder, and this is good because it's in a bag and that's fairly padded. It needs just a little bit of newspaper in there. I think if I did the math, paper would be a little cheaper than bubble. So in a spot where either will do, I guess paper should be the one. Here, let me go pick out a box. Okay, we're going with one of those 12, 12, 12 boxes from Grainger, which Grainger is a company I've known about for a long time, but I really only thought about them in as like commercial supply for larger businesses, you know, like, I don't know, it never occurred to me they would have stuff that I could buy at a good price. I also kind of thought they had a reputation for being overpriced. And maybe they are, but they aren't on boxes. And we got the suggestion, there were actually several people that suggested Grainger to us, and we passed it on the YouTube channel. And of course, we have a pretty good size audience, so I just want to make sure that people know it wasn't something we were doing before. It was something we picked up from y'all, which is the case with a lot of stuff. Like, we learn a ton from viewers. That's why I think it is good. Like, I don't watch reseller videos anymore like I used to. It's not that it's not a good thing to do. It actually is. It would probably benefit me to watch and pick up some new bolos and stuff and stay on top of policy changes and things like that. But simple fact is, I watch so many reseller videos that they just don't interest me the way they, well, you know what it is too? I think it's just a matter of, I make reseller videos, so whenever I want to do something for entertainment now, watching a reseller video kind of feels like work a little bit. So whenever I'm trying to not work, I find some kind of other video to watch. Which is all to say, we learn a ton from you guys in the comments, and of course from the Facebook group we learn a ton too. Because other than those two avenues, we don't really keep our ear to the ground that much as far as those are the only two outlets we would have to learn anything. Right, Candace? You ever think about that?
Yeah.
Like how many times have we found out about stuff from the comments?
Yeah.
A bunch.
A lot.
A lot. So y'all are definitely kind of a hive mind for us, which works out because then y'all then become a hive mind for others too. So it's just a big collaborative thing, right? Oh, I need my thank you card, and I think we're done. Okay, thank you cards are written. Yeah, I've got plenty of, that feels good. And cameras in padded camera bags definitely give you a leg up on the packing. That's done. Well, I gotta admit, I messed up on this one. I didn't look first, and I should have. This is going to Florida. It's costing, I think it costs like about $9 to go Ground Advantage, and it's going priority for $7.88, which means I just overpaid by using one of my own boxes, but I'm not going to repack it. Okay, next we're going to do this book set. This is heavy. I want to say it weighs about 6 pounds. We are going to go with our kind of go-to box these days for this kind of thing. Go-to box for this kind of, well, not for media so much, but pretty much everything else used to be the priority number 7 box, but this is going to be, this 12 12 12 is going to be a staple. And like I said, these books are pretty heavy, so I definitely am not going, well, I'm never going to skimp on tape with my phone. I certainly won't do it on this one. Okay, so we're going to get, you know what, I'll bubble it first. I need 2 one way, and I guess 3 the other. It might have been 4. Bubble wrap by American Bubble Boy. Haven't said that in a while. Link down below. And the tape used on all these packs is also, it's from Bubble Boy, but it's not American Bubble Boy. I'm sure to mention that because it is not made in America, at least not yet. But My Go-To Tape is sold by American Bubble Boy too. That link is down below. Okay, so we have that. And then of course we're going to resize. And let's see, I want to make this pretty tight because I'm going to probably just put some void fill on the sides, and that's it. I think the top and bottom will be fine. And when you really have it stretched out a lot, I like to put it a little tighter because it seems like you end up kind of torquing on that a little more, and it's a bigger chance of it getting loose. And I already know I got to cut these flaps off. Way too much flap. And I'm hoping that'll even be enough. Let's see. What I might do too, I'll go ahead and put 2 flaps down here. That'll provide a little extra protection on the bottom. Yeah, we don't have too much flap. That's fine. Drop our books in. And I think we got a thank you card and stuff. Yeah, that's good. And then I'm just going to use just a little bit of void. And, oh, we do make a commission when y'all use our links for Bubble Boy and My Go-To. It doesn't cost you anything. But what I wish we made a commission on, when we don't, is the Granger stuff. But I still got to recommend it. This is Granger paper, by the way, too. And it is a good price. I used to buy my paper in flat packs at Sam's. Whoop, we got to reload. And Sam stopped carrying the paper. So I've been kind of wanting to switch to a roll anyways, because flat pack paper is not really that great to deal with. Let me see. Got to fish through here and see if I can find some My Go-To. Ah, here we go. All right. Because I do have a bunch of I have this Shermax, and I don't know how thick that stuff is. It costs like the same as the My Go-To tape. It costs the same as My Go-To tape, but it feels like it's about twice as thin. Like, it's noticeable. Before I got this tape, and I know I sound very markety or like an ad or something. It's true though. Before I got this tape, I thought that the Shermax was actually pretty good. And you know what? I think it probably is pretty decent. But then once you use something that's a lot better, then you try and go back to the Shermax, it feels like trash. It really does. It's funny. This tape starts up really easy too. There we go. All right. As a matter of fact, I saw that Bubble Boy sold way more of the 3-inch tape than they were anticipating. They thought the 2-inch was going to far outstrip the 3-inch in sales, and it probably did, but they ran out of the 3-inch. So probably in part to some of you guys. All right, next up is a Beatles puzzle, and I got a little nervous when I saw this guy because I wasn't really sure, but no, it's under 12 by 12, because as soon as something gets to be like, I can handle a dimension like under 12 in one dimension and then maybe like 15, 16 in the other. That's simple. We know how to do that. But whenever something's bigger than 12 inches in both dimensions, I don't really have a lot of boxes to deal with that, and it becomes, you know, pretty complicated. But this one's fine, easy. Okay, we are going to use, this is the third in a row where we're using this box, and using it so much, it's kind of got me thinking now. I wonder if maybe we should look at, because this and some of those other resizes, look how much I'm not using, you know. So maybe I should look at like maybe stocking some 12-12 4s, and then maybe 12-12 4s and 12-12 8s or 6s, because those would probably be a little cheaper too. Something to think about. Then I wouldn't be, I mean, I'm not going to waste all this cardboard, but like this is overkill. Look, that's big time overkill. Of course, we're going to knock it down. I still need to bubble wrap it. Okay, let's see, right about there. Whoops. Yeah, these are good boxes, but now it got me thinking I'm resizing so much, and they have basically infinite, they have every size you can think of there at Grainger. So I might as well get like 100, I think we 100 12-12 4s, something like that. Hey Candace, would you look up on Grainger and see how much like 12-12 4s are in 100 count versus like these are 12-12 12s. I think we pay like $1 a piece for these or something. Okay. Or right at. And they give one thing I like about Grainger too is they give nice break, just to, like the breaks aren't oppressive. Like if you're willing to order say 25 but not 100, you don't get killed for not getting 100, which is nice. Okay, here we go. And one thing I gotta say about Grainger is their boxes, they're nice. Like they feel right. Definitely high quality. Okay, that's good. Okay, Candace just priced, that's for 12-12 4?
Yeah.
So in 100 count, they are...
Single wall.
Yeah, that's what these are, too. Good single wall, but still single wall. So those are 81 cents for 12-12-4.
Yeah.
That's good. What about the other one I was kind of kicking around was maybe like a 12-12-8, which is actually fairly similar to the Priority number 7 box, which I grew very accustomed to using over the years.
Those would be 95 cents.
95? Okay. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I think next time we order, we're going to get 100 of each of those.
Yeah.
In addition to those 12-12-12s. Okay, this is interesting. I went to print the label for this. On packages like this, I usually like to go punch in the dimensions at Pirate Ship just to see if I can save a buck or two on Ground Advantage cubic. But in this case, there was not savings to be had. However, what I did see was it said okay, this was $10.68. It's going to California. $10.68 to ship this. But it said the cheapest was UPS Ground Saver, which I think I may have heard of that years ago. I haven't seen it lately. It recommended UPS Ground Saver, and it was $10.67, exactly 1 penny cheaper than Ground Advantage. So they are definitely in competition. I wonder if it might not be a response to so many. I mean, Ground Advantage has got to be costing UPS business. Wouldn't you think, Candace? It is from us.
Yeah.
There's a lot of packages now that we ship that we would have shipped UPS before, and we're not.
It's saving us trips driving over there.
Yeah. I mean, I like UPS as a carrier. But if Ground Advantage is cheaper, I'm using it every single time because
or even if it's just a little bit more.
Yep, absolutely. I would pay $5 to not go to UPS store today. So yeah, UPS. See, competition is good, y'all. I like it. Okay, y'all have seen where we've used Priority because it's cheaper. This time we're going to use Priority even though it's not. We're shipping this Thor graded 9.2 graded comic, and it is, well, we sold it for $50, so the buyer definitely wants to get there in good shape. It is, anytime something's like my sense, like I notice, like as soon as something's more than 12 inches in any dimension, that's when I know it's going to be a little bit different pack, and that's what we have here. So instead of I'm going to pay an extra 70 something cents to ship this Priority over Ground Advantage. However, I don't have to use one of my boxes. I can use one of these, and there is value in that. And this happens to be a very good box for this. I don't have any boxes that I buy, at least currently, that do the same thing this does as far as like well, being like a garment size box or whatever. So first I'm gonna put a little base down there, drop it in, and then we're gonna have to put a little bit of fill on either side to suspend it in the middle. Okay, and that'll kind of keep it centered. Then I'm gonna put a little down the side. Doesn't need a ton of fill, but basically the idea is for the fill to keep our comic suspended. See, like that? Keep it suspended in the middle, because really you have, like, when you're packing, typically you have, like, there's several factors. Like, you have protection from the box being strong or not, right? And then you have protection from your like bubble wrap and just padding, and then you also have protection just from space, right? So like if something hits the side of the box, if you have this much space before it can impact the object, then that's protection too. So that's kind of the, and not all packages need to have, you know, space, padding, and box strength. Sometimes you can get away with just using 1 or 2 of those, depending on what the package is, right? So, yeah, using a priority box in this case definitely made my life easier. Tape this seam up and we are done. Okay, next up we got a little cracker here, and this guy was on the shelf for a little bit, so I'm gonna give him a quick how you doing with the cosmetic brush there. That's a little tip for y'all. We kind of figured out we use cosmetic brushes to dust small things like this off. All right, let me see how it's going to go. Let me see if it's going to be priority or ground advantage. Okay, this is going to be a simple pack. Actually, this package is nothing to decide, because we had this set up for priority, and we never changed it to ground advantage, which I thought, it's probably because it's a nutcracker. We didn't really mess with the nutcracker listings, because most of them were UPS. So when we went through and made the change to ground advantage or whatever, we didn't really change too many nutcrackers to ground advantage, I don't think. Let me see. I think I could, you know what, I'm gonna cut this box down just to let me see, decide what, yeah, I can bring it down to the top of those letters. That'll be fine. Since I have the letters, I don't need to use that other tool, because I can make relatively straight cuts with this. And then it's going to be the same old thing. We're going to make a bed. Paper. Candace was warning me just now that this video is going to be long, and I agree with her. But I also don't think there's too many videos like this that exist, so we'll go ahead and make one. We'll make probably one of the world's longest packing videos right here with y'all right now. And if somebody wants to watch half of it, they can probably get something out of it. If they want to watch the whole thing, you can do that too, either way. There we go. I usually use my old tape just to hold bubble wrap and stuff like that. Okay. And I'll tell y'all what, I was super scared of these nutcrackers when we got them, but the packing is not like this. Obviously this is a small one. There's not really much to this, but even the big ones, the packing was not as bad as I thought. Once I just gave into the fact, okay, you're gonna spend a lot of money on large bubble. This stuff right here, this stuff is not cheap. I mean, it's competitively priced as far as the bubble wrap market goes, but it's not cheap at all. Did I already put a thank you thing in here? Yes, I did. Okay. But once I resigned myself to, okay, I'm just going to use big bubble, That, and I didn't use it here because I didn't need to, but on the larger ones I do. But once I just decided to pay the piper, buy the big bubble for them, that made all the difference. Go. There's no telling how much grief using the big bubble for the larger nutcrackers. No telling how much, you don't know how much grief something saves you, because it's hard to tell what, like, since it didn't happen, you'll never know. But I guarantee you it saved me way more than I've paid for it. Okay, fairly simple pack here. Another one of these little chest figs. And this time we're using a little 644 box. And as boxes go, these are about the cheapest we buy. I don't remember how much they cost. I think they might be less than 30 cents. I can't remember though. And I think just 2 pieces of bubble are going to do it here. I think that'll be enough for void fill also, and it is. You see? Oh yeah, that's good. All right, let's go get another one. Okay, here's a very straightforward pack. We have Princess Bride, 3 figs, and going to Florida, and they paid for Ground Advantage. However, it's cheaper to ship with priority, so we get a free box. So it's actually a double whammy when we can do the free upgrade to priority, because not only am I saving like $1 on postage or whatever it is, but also saving $1 on the box. So kind of a big deal. Definitely adds up. And in this one, let me kind of get an idea for how I want to do this, because they're this tall. Look, if I just made a stack, they would be like barely fitting with no void or anything space. But if I do them like that, then I have this much space to play with to provide extra protection there with space. So we're going to pack them like this. It's a little tight as far as length goes, but it does fit. So we're going to basically make a block of them like that, and we'll bubble wrap in both directions. And after that, of course, we'll just lay down a bed of paper and then void fill, just like we do on every other package. That really is how most packages go, or a lot of packages go, is bubble, bed of paper, box, and that's it. Pretty simple. So now we have this one unit now that is just going to sit in here with a little paper. There we go. We can't go crazy on the paper because we have some space, but it is limited. If we needed to, if we absolutely needed to, like if it was much bigger, we could just take another one of these boxes and slide it right on top of this one to give ourselves a little more height here, you know, without going over a cubic foot in size, of course. Gotta watch out for that. And then we'll just do a little more paper here. And I forgot to make up my thank you card stuff, so let me do that. Okay. Yep. Good to go. That one's done. Okay, easy pack time. Little Barbie accessory. When we say that takes like 10 seconds, we mean it. Okay, this is an interesting one here. This is He-Man stuff. I didn't realize it when we pulled it. These are all on the same order. So it's going to be pretty big. This may, I don't know, I'm hoping I can go ground advantage. This box, it looks like I think we used this box at some point to store something. So it has been taped before. It's never been used to ship anything though. This is a Home Depot small box. I wanted to use something a little stronger for this pack, because, and these Home Depot boxes are pretty strong, because the stuff we're putting in there is going to be pretty close to maxing out this box. Okay, because, well, you can kind of see, right, like I was real close. So I do have room, and I'm going to use it to put a little bit of base of paper on the bottom. We're going to be fairly tight in the other two dimensions, but it's big enough. Yeah, it's big enough. Doesn't have a ton of room though. I think actually it's a good size box for this. So I'm going to go ahead and lay down a little bit of paper in here. And I'm pretty sure this is one of those weird occasions where we have a weekend of sales, and this, if we were already going to UPS, it would be a no-brainer. This would probably go UPS, but the fact that we don't have anything else going to UPS, even if this is a little more expensive to go ground advantage, I probably still will do it, because of what we were talking about earlier. And I'm just going to go ahead and bubble wrap all of these together like in one unit. Go. And I'll come back around. And these aren't crazy high value figs. Actually, they're not high value figs, but they are cool, and they are supposed to get there in the same condition that they are pictured in. So, and all together, even though the individual figs aren't worth a ton, this is a $45 order, and that's not nothing. Total order is pretty good. Okay, there we go. Nestle it on in there. A little more void. We don't have that much void to fill. Okay. And then I'll nestle it down a little bit. I'll try and get just a little bit of paper on top. And wait, I need to go make a thank you card. Okay. And I'm not going to be using these Home Depot boxes as much as I used to, but I'm still going to use them, because for packs like this, they're great. They're for a single wall box. The Home Depot boxes are pretty strong. I like them. They are like let's say that these cost around $1.30 or so, And that's a good pack. Oh, you know what I am gonna do? I don't need anybody like poking through those. I'll tape up the, that's one thing I don't like about these. These are officially, I guess, moving boxes and not shipping boxes, so cover up the handholds. All right, that's ready to roll. Okay, just priced it out. I was kind of surprised. Ground Advantage 17 12 12 Ground Advantage $15.95 via Ground Advantage, and then it was right at 20 for UPS Ground. So this is going Ground Advantage, which is good. All right, then we have this Columbus little commemorative coin keychain thing, and with a lot of small stuff like this, I will do like a little bubble burrito there. Very protected, you can see. And then just drop it in a bubble mailer. And I'm a little concerned because I think we may be either out or almost out of bubble mailers we have here. I think we have some in storage, but I think this could be the last one. Okay, next is real simple pack. This is a little bumblebee dog costume for a small dog, you can see there, or a cat. And yeah, typically I like to, we're out of our clear bags that cost like 2 cents that we get from Home Depot. We need to go get some more. But typically whenever I'm mailing cloth of some sort like this, I really like to have an inner bag inside of the poly bag. So I am using 2 poly bags here. What I should be using, if I have my correct supplies, is one of my clear small trash liner bags to put the inner contents into, and then put that into a poly bag. That would be more economical. But yeah, this is ready to roll. Okay, this is Inigo Montoya and Princess Buttercup from Princess Bride. And this is a case where Priority is a little more expensive, but I wanted to use their box. It kind of balances out, really, using their box. And I think we're going to do a stacker here. Go ahead and pad. Like that. Grab a couple pieces of wrap. And we're going to stack them. We're in the home stretch now, y'all. Yeah, I need this. From using this paper on the bench, whenever I finally do mount it, which will be soon, it needs to go, the paper needs to go right here. It needs to mount right here. That's where it'll be the most convenient, because I walk, just being at the end of the bench there, I walk like this a bunch of times. I'm getting kind of tired of it. I'm not an efficiency expert, but yeah. Okay, next we have a whole pile of Funko Pops. We have 7 of them, and we're gonna go with a 12 12 12 box. It is going to Florida. Maybe I could have used, you know what, let me check. Yeah, Ground Advantage is a little cheaper. And on this one, I think using this box is gonna be, this is the box I want to use on this pack. And I think I'm going to use just about, I don't think I'm going to be resizing it much. I think I'm going to resize it by like an inch, just because I need to get the dimensions down just a little bit. If you use this box full size, then you're going to be over a cubic foot with this box. So got to take just a little off of it just to get down under that. I'll go ahead and do that now. You'll freehand it, eyeball it. And then I'm thinking I should be able to arrange these fine to fit in here. To fit in here good. Let's see how we're going to do this. 1, let's see what these look like. 2, 3. Really, you can only fit 3 on a layer. Or you could do on their sides. And you could go 4 like that, and then you have another layer above that where you could do flat like that and have plenty of room. Still have a little room for a little bit of paper on the bottom. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. And this is standard stuff, like before I start really getting into it or something like this, I'll kind of eyeball it, get a little packing strategy going. I know that this is I understand this is something simple, but like that's the thought process I go through with this stuff. Now some of these are, you know what, I'm going to pack some of these kind of together. I don't really have pop protectors for this stuff, unfortunately. Let's see, let me go this way. I may even put what I may even do is slide some cardboard, because the only part of this pack I'm not loving is the side strength. I'm not worried top and bottom. I think I got that covered. Some of this side strength along the sides of the box, I don't love that. So that is where I may reinforce this pack a little bit. So you need a little more bubble. A couple more pieces. Okay. And I'm going to put 2 side by side. Tell you what, I'll go plastic down. It's probably better. All right, and then I'll have one more guy over here on the side. All right, and then that's bothering me a little bit, so I'll just cover like that. And let me go get some scrap board. Okay, and this kind of works out because I've been saving like flap cuts from this same kind of box. I've got way more than this even. And now I actually want to reinforce some, so I can just slide these cutoffs down here. And then really I could even, if I wanted to, I could tape them together. But I don't think it's really necessary. Go, just get them in there, and they're going to provide some strength on these. Basically, we're going to get double wall on the sides. Just in case this would have some kind of side impact or something, it would give us a chance anyway. Okay, almost got this one wrapped up. Put a little paper on top. And a little more there. And then fold on the scores. And I always like to lock down that right there. Okay, there we go. That's it. All right, here is, it's basically a Funko Pop kind of pack, right? Which we don't show. And yes, I'm using 864 box, but I want to show y'all something I started doing on a lot of the Funko Pops that I pack. And yes, I do use 2 sheets of bubble wrap on a Funko. This does not have a pop protector. First of all, usually I like to wrap them like this. Instead of going around that way, I go around this way because I find it kind of helps center it and provides a little bit of void that way. But look, this is what I do. These are some more of those cut off flaps from those 12 12 12 boxes, and look, they are really good. Like just like this. Check this out. Slide it down in there, and y'all have, well, I would say y'all don't have any idea how much extra strength that adds, but maybe you do have an idea. It's not that hard to conceptualize, is it? Yeah, y'all get it. Okay, put that in there, and then you kind of do the same thing up top here. Okay, and I don't know, I'm whispering like this is a secret. It's not a secret, it's a box. Okay, so then we put that on there, and believe it or not, y'all, once you do that, like, you can actually feel the added rigidity and strength from the outside. It feels like I don't ever want to dare the USPS to do anything, because they are capable. But I like this. I like this package. It's super strong, y'all. It feels real, just with those 2 little flaps, and it adds some amount of weight, but it's not much. All right, next up we have another Marvel Legends, and those are, like I said before, they're longer than 12 inches. So I'm going to use, I have some of these Walmart 1512 10s. I think these are about $1. I bought like 25 of them. I think we used this one to store some stuff, or maybe I was going to ship with it and I changed my mind. I don't remember, because there is tape on it, but it's definitely never being used other than taped and untaped. So we are going to, this is a good box to kind of keep around because it's longer. But yeah, I do have a few weaknesses. All right, so first we're gonna bubble this guy. And then figure out height of the resize. I'm definitely gonna need to take a good bit off of this. And this is one where the weakness, the one thing I don't love about this Walmart box, it's thinner than some of the other boxes. It's not quite as strong. So what I'll do in this case, I'm gonna have, the good thing is I have plenty by the time I resize, these 2 end flaps plus this and this, there's going to be plenty of fold over strength combined with the sides that are going to fold over. So what I'd like to do in that kind of case is I cut off the flaps here and here, and then I put them back into the box on the bottom to do double wall there. A little more strength on the bottom because the top is kind of taken care of, right? I need to cut right here and here, here, and here. And I do need a little paper. I'll use one big piece this time. Sometimes using one continuous piece. Well, not like that. I was thinking more along this line. Sometimes using one continuous piece is nice. A little easier. Oh, I need to get my thank you card. Okay. That in there. Okay, this is going to be another case where I'll go this way. It's a little weird, but I just think it works better. You know what? There's not quite enough void fill in there. That's why we shake it. We don't shake it just to pretend to check. We really are checking, and that time I felt movement. So we're gonna fix that up on the sides, I think is where the movement was coming. And then let's check again. There we go, that's more like it. That's what we want. Okay. And we are getting really close now, y'all. Mondays are like this. Mondays are like this, fortunately, where you have a lot of packages going out. You know what? I'm gonna secure my score right there. There we go. That one's done. Okay, we have a reel going out. I think this is like a $30 reel. And usually I pack these in Gemini comic mailers. And that is a perfect pack. But I let my on-hand supply of comic mailers fall to zero. I have a couple more hundred in storage, which I need to go get next time I go to storage. So for now, we're using, this is a box I really like. This is an intermediate size box that is really good. I really like this box because it's a little more than a 8x6x4, but it's way less than a 12-12-12. There's a lot of stuff that this makes sense for. So in this case, I'm going to use it again, this same box again in a few minutes, and I'll show you why. But in this case, in a pinch, it's good for this piece of media. Especially, see, if that was a cheaper reel, I would probably just take it, wrap it both ways in some cardboard, and call it good. And then slide that into a poly mailer and call that good. But being, got some more flappage here. Being that this is a $30 reel, I will go, I mean, I do pack to some extent based on value. I think you kind of have to. And a lot of times it's optics more than anything. That sucks. I hate it when that happens. A lot of times we do packing. Like most of the packing we do is like, okay, I'm really trying to make sure this thing makes it. But also a lot of the packing we do is like when the customer opens the package or receives the package, they're like, oh wow, all right, yeah, that's sturdy. They cared that this got here safely. A lot of it is just customer perception more than, so this is going to be a pound media, customer perception in addition to wanting it to be packaged well. All right, next up is Ant-Man. I think that's what you call that little fella there. And we're just going to use one piece of bubble wrap because we're using one of these boxes, and I haven't reordered these yet. They're awesome for small stuff because these boxes are super duper strong and really easy to put together, fast to put together and pack. So, but I got to be careful with, I don't want to stock 100 different boxes, but man, this is one of them I might need to get into rotation. Okay, next we have some spark plugs going out, and I weighed them, and they're definitely going to be like an 8-ounce. Whoops, that wasn't a great cut, doesn't matter. They're definitely going to be like an 8-ounce pack no matter what. So I like to wrap a little bit of spare cardboard on them like this, and then put them into a bubble mailer. I did find just enough bubble mailers. Look, I have these right here to get me through today. All right. And that is done. Now we have these little SO cards, and look, they're still sealed in the shrink inside of this little case. Very cool. Just get one piece of wrap, and this is the weakest part of my packing game, is this kind of thing, like wrapping something like that. I'm just not very good at it. I never was good at wrapping Christmas gifts either, and I don't like it. I don't like wrapping Christmas presents, which is weird because it's kind of similar to packing, right? Okay, there we go. A little paper. And yes, I am starting to feel a little time pressure. Just to give y'all some idea, we started around a little after 9, and y'all know I cut in between each package, and I get like the next item up and I go get the box or whatever, because I'm trying not to make this video longer than it already is, but it still is long. 8 ounce. It still is long, but yeah, we're at 12:20, so a little over 3 hours of actual running time here, with a few breaks in there. Okay, here's this really, I mean, this camera bag is so nice. Knock the dust off of it a little bit. But yeah, this bag is so nice. It really is. It took forever to sell it. I paid, I think, $5 for this at a garage sale. And here's another case where I need my little bags. But I have a big old poly bag. This is also a case where this box should do, let me see, I have a little bit of squish on this bag, but not a ton. I think it'll fit. I think it'll see. Yep, it's tight, no doubt about that. Okay, got my thank you cards, and yeah, this is tight, but obviously it's also a padded camera bag, so it doesn't matter really how snug it is. Honestly, I wouldn't ship it like that, but this is the kind of thing. This is the kind of thing that it could probably go in that poly bag by itself, and it would be just fine. Like, I wouldn't ship it like that, but it could probably do it. Okay, this is an example of a thing. I could actually sandwich this in some cardboard or something. It is hard plastic. It's pretty brittle. I could sandwich that in some cardboard and put it in a bubble mailer. That would be okay. This is just like an $8 thing, but, and I know I talk about packing, you know, the more expensive items better. However, this little $8 thing, I still want it to get there. So I'm going to use a box. I don't want the $8 thing to get damaged, even though it's only $8. It still deserves the dignity of a safe pack. Okay, here are some paperback books. Horatio Hornblower series. And this is a good way to find out if something fits. This is at 10.86. And all we gotta do is this. And boom, that fits perfectly, right? So we'll go ahead and make this up. And look, we're in the home stretch, y'all. Some of these boxes do have these little tab things where they connect them and it comes up past that seam. I hate that. Yeah, we're in the home stretch. not the home stretch, we're closing in on the finish line. We have this one and one more. Okay, we're just going to poly bag the books. Just like they sit there. And I might use a sheet of paper. Okay. Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, I'll go ahead and just use a sheet of paper. And see, I could have let that go. I want to. Candace came in here just now looking at me like, are you talking to yourself? She knows. Almost done, Candace. I got one more after this. I've got my what platform is that on? Macari? Okay. Oops. And look, that's how y'all could tell I'm in a hurry. I scored over my paper. Oh man, I could have not resized this, but it was bugging me. I didn't want to use more paper. That would have bothered me even more. There we go. But yeah, these 1086 boxes, I really like them. I believe, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember if these 1086s are Granger or not. I'm not sure. Okay, one more thing. Okay, the last pack right here. So usually for hats, most hats will use an 864 box. I went ahead and built one out. We're shipping this Florida Gators hat, and this is one of those wide flat brim hats. And yeah, that ain't gonna do it. That's just not gonna do it. So we are going to use one of our 1086 boxes. It'll add a little bit of weight, but it doesn't matter. Oh no, it got me. Okay, the last pack is gonna look like that. Really? Great. Oh well, just keep it going, keep it moving. But yeah, it'll add a little bit of weight. I think we did this at like, this is a Macari label. I want to say we did 12-ounce shipping on this. And I think we should be there. We should be good. I'm going to test it real quick. I could ship it just like that. I don't have to put anything else. Yeah, 0.66. So my scale measures only in pounds. So 0.66 is like, all I know is the breaks, right? Like up to 0.25 is 4 ounces. 0.5 is 8 ounces. 0.75 is 12 ounces. So this is somewhere between 8 and 12 ounces. So it's good to go. And that is it. I'm going to get all of my, look, I've been just stacking packages down this aisle, and one of the towers fell over there. So we're going to move all those packages over here to the bench, get them ready to roll for the carrier. And this is what I look like after doing all that packing. That was about, it's 12:41 now. That was about 3.5 hours of work with, what would you say, Candace, about 20 minutes of break?
Yeah,
something
like
like
you mean
that.
like getting stuff situated?
No. I mean like
Actual breaks?
stepping aside,
Yeah.
going to the bathroom, going to pet the dog, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, so this is about 3 hours of work here. You know, maybe a little more than that. So yeah, that was fun. I hope y'all enjoyed it. It's probably gonna be a while until I do another video quite like this. I'm gonna continue to show packing because you know what? I love to pack. I do. If I didn't love to pack, I could not do this job. No. But yeah, this is satisfying. I enjoyed it. I hope y'all did too. Thanks a bunch for watching, and we'll see y'all again very soon. And Candace will be a part of the next video. I'm sorry you had to kind of sit this one out, Candace.
It was fine because I had stuff I needed to take care of, so that worked out for me.
You got a day off from the camera, huh? You got to wear a hat, the hat day.
Yeah, hat day, hat hair day. Thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.